Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Deeply Renegade podcast. My name is Molly, also known as the Deeply Renegade, and I'd like to welcome you guys to episode 506. Today is Saturday, April 11th, 2026, and I'm glad you could join me today. It's a bit of a rainy, blustery day today, which is a welcome relief after all the heat. Unseasonably hot weather. So, what it be? So it's not that I look cold, but I'm definitely much more comfy, which is good. And I am getting over a cold, so what it be? So, um, like it's been a pretty chill week this week, but we'll see how it goes. I think my spouse and I have concluded that we're just gonna have leftovers tonight and that'll be fine. um, but it was the case where my father-in-law was visiting for the week to help with childcare. So it's always exciting to get the extra help for a while. And that since whatever, they're all going to the airport right now, so I'm like, excellent time to record. What was funny though was that so I ended up tidying up the room so it would be a more inviting space, though there could be deeper tidying. It's fair. um there's definitely some stuff that just needs to be given proper homes in here. Um, but I ended up putting all of my current projects skeins into a single bag, and now I can't seem to find it. It was apparently too safe of a spot for me. So I'll eventually locate it, but I didn't really want to go to too extreme of measures to do that either. Um, but whatever, it's fine. So, what ended up getting, I think, most of my attention since the last episode has been the Nightfall cardigan or skoomring. Um, so I actually just put it on some needles to try it on. I don't even where was I? What happened? um, it's fine. So, this is a skein knits pattern that I am knitting out of Rauma Phenol Garn in a gradient I selected myself. Um, just making sure everything is lying about right. So, what it be? There definitely is, now that I have more sleeve knit, and I definitely have pretty close to the right sleeve length there. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. um, is it because it's too far from the back? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Too far? No, whatever. So we have the full gradient and then some extra of the darkest foresty sort of green. And that seems to be working fairly well for me right now. Um, will it end up looking slightly different? It's fine. Um, so I haven't worked on the body in quite some time, actually. So I just started the third color in the sleeves. So this is the fifth color in my gradient. Um, and I will be uh whatever decreasing my way through until we get to yeah, maybe that's what, yeah. Let's just make sure that the sleeve is in the right rotation on me. But overall, like, I am happy with how this is going. Like, I'm not sure about like the little bit of distortion here, but I guess we'll figure it out in the end. Um, Probably not ripping back. Um, and I definitely do have a sweater that also has this same like long ribbing on it, so I think it's nice, so that should be fine. Um, so I just have to work away a bit more at the sleeve. We do have to laugh a little bit about um whatever how how long that ended up taking, but it's fine. Um, I didn't have to do any ripping back. It's just probably been not a lot of knitting for the past few weeks. So, um, but this is what I've sort of preferred to carry around with me, even though it is a little bit of a big project. But that's just sort of the way things worked out. Um, so like I think I ended up picking up like a little bit more stitches on this one, so I started the decreases like a smidge earlier. And that's really the only difference between the sleeves. So, um, and then it is the case where, so I have it as straight for the first two sections, and then I have decreases in the last two. And then when I got to a count that I liked, I stopped, which I think turned out to be even. So seems like everything's worked out overall. I hope I don't run out of this darker color. Um, like I don't have it be the case, so I'll see how I'm doing after I finish the other sleeve. But it is a case where it's the bottom ribbing and then the button bands are that way too. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I haven't held it up against the sweater that I'm modeling it on too recently, so that may be worth checking in at some point at the very least. Um, but yeah, so this is coming along. This is definitely where a lot of my attention has gone. And I think that's partially because um what would it be? My other project probably needs like a couple or needs some try-ons and consulting and that sort of thing. So the last time that I did any significant work on this sock um was not this Tuesday but last Tuesday. Um so it was unclear if we were um so it was the case where it was Apple's 50th anniversary. And so I was able to go to the 50th anniversary concert, which was Paul McCartney. And I don't think that I had ever expected to see a Beatle live in concert in my life. So that was super duper fun. But there was like conflicting messages, so it was like, I'll just take a really small bag. And I ended up waiting. I was able to complete um, this hexagon while waiting in line, and start this next hexagon waiting in further line just because it was like so many people and there was not, or would it be? There was a lot of humanity converged on that area. Um, like I think that like it feels sometimes like it's busy and crowded when I'm at work for work purposes. But that was bonkers. It turns out it's really nice that there are other people in other buildings. Um, but would it be? So it was a case where it was really cool to see him live in concert. Um, and I don't know, and maybe I also ended up working on this because I ended up getting a flat tire on the drive back home. So I so had to. It was it was a big enough blowout that I wasn't able to recover. Um, so I had to get a tow back home. So what would it be? It was all good. Maybe I was working on the sweater too. Who knows? Um, so this this project maybe didn't get as much love and attention. Um, so the so what needs to happen on it still is that um I actually need to sit down with my spouse and have him put it on his foot and decide how much more length I need to do um before before I start toe decreases. Um, and maybe it's the case where I also just like what probably isn't stopping me is that I could put um, the edge treatment on it um, without any problems at all. But that'll have to wait until I'm done with the hexagon. But I do have a mostly finished first sock. So, um, it is like a little bit crazy and distorted, but whatever. Um, so it definitely looks really cool. But I just need to do, um, I need to get like the whatever. So this is something which I will not need his help for, which is just figuring out what like this distance is, um, roughly. Um, and then that can tell me how far off I am from his intended foot size. So yeah, it smooths out. It smooths out under pressure. So um yeah, but there's nothing stopping me from actually doing the edge treatment up here, which is just a little bit of garter. So that shouldn't be too crazy. Um and then and maybe some of the distortion too is that I ended up having a slightly smaller round of hexagons for this one. I don't know. You could it's pretty subtle. But it was definitely a case where that wasn't going to stretch enough to get over. But who knows, maybe in a whole integrated fabric it acts differently. I don't know. Because it does seem whatever. I'm knitting it at a pretty dense gauge. And it may be the case where I have to go through and maybe detail this out a little bit because I am noticing some places where it could probably benefit from some hole closing fun. But whatever. So I still have 23 and a half hexagons to go. That true? Yeah, that's true. But what would it be? So it could be the case where I can get um, all my heel info, whatever, my foot length information taken care of in the short term so that um, once I have that taken care of, then I can just finish this first sock entirely. Yeah, because I don't know if there's that much benefit to checking and measuring a couple of times. Probably not. It was like, which project's closer to being done? I don't know. In terms of yards left knitting, it's unclear. So, um, on the spinning front, like I don't know, or what is it? So it would be the case where maybe of last time I showed um, my finished red skein. What I ended up doing was I made the pink one, um, and like the pink and red are fairly similar to each other, but hopefully they're still distinct. You'll just have to trust me since I can't figure out where the yarn went. I wonder, I don't know. It's somewhere. It's somewhere in the yard. Um, so the goal for this next is apply it together and get my pink skein. Then I will go ahead and work on my next thing of paper. And so now that we're sort of at a reasonable project size, so this is my bag of purples, and I think it'll actually be really nice because I have both really light and really dark in here. Um, I don't know that I have as much of the blue. I don't know, there's at least a little bit of blue leaning, but it's a lot of red leaning purples. And then I have my bag of blue. So this one would be not too bad. And those are my last two. So I feel like I'm making good progress on this scrappy project. Um, and I guess I'm not mentally prepared to think of what my next one's going to be, but is the case where the fiber stash is overflowing a little bit, so I'm pretty cool with doing more, would it be more of these bigger diameter spins and getting getting into a more sustainable spinning style. So we'll see how that goes. But hopefully for next time, um, I will have located the skeins and we can look at their rainbow majesty, or maybe the project will be done. Who knows? Who knows? Um, Now I do have to laugh at myself a little bit because um it's not my intention to be on a 3 week schedule, so we'll 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 see if we can get back on track again. But it's not like this episode is mega long either, so I'm not too worried. So I am would be so I'm gonna make some purple bats maybe this afternoon with all of this rain. I don't know if you guys can hear the pitter patter on the window. It's happy. um so we'll get that going. We'll see whether or not the spirit moves me to do um to start playing with the Shishiko kit. I did pull it out in case the spirit moved me in. Nope. um and then I do have to find my bag of rainbow handspun so that I have it all, so I can share it with you guys as it comes together. So, um, so it should be possible to record again in 2 weeks. And would it be? And I do feel like, um, would it be? And I think I shared last time that I had figured out a pattern to make for the scarf. So that's definitely going to be the next thing on the needles. Um, so I'm going to knit Willow from Knitting Fresh Brioche by Nancy Marchand. It's the cover one. Um, so I'm very excited to be able to start that. Um, and I guess I'll have like whatever. It's not quite time to wind yarn, but hopefully soon. I'm probably closer to finishing the socks. But whatever, it's fine. So it would be good to get that in a good spot. Um, yeah, and then what it be? It seems like I'll be picking a new spinning project. uh, rolling amongst the stash to figure that out. Um, before I end up getting my new knitting project on, which is fine. Um, yeah, or would it be? So today is the Knit for Food fundraiser. And so um my I do have a friend who is participating in this year, so this morning I popped on and made sure I made my donation to her team, which is easy to find. It was the Bay Area Yarn Friends. So, um, so if you are interested in contributing that, 100% of the proceeds go to Feed Our Children, World Central Kitchen. So definitely um, an easy fundraiser to participate in. They were supposed to knit outside in the park in Alameda, but they're just at Coven of Stitches because it's wet. So the likelihood of them running out or running into people just passing by, not likely. But whatever. I'll have to ask her, my friend, what the experience was like, and maybe I can do it in the future. Like I saw it go by, I was like, ah, and then I was like, okay. So, at the very least, I can donate a little money and knit in solidarity. It's fine. Um, okay. So, with that, I hope you guys have a lovely week, and I look forward to talking to you guys soon. So, take care, guys. Bye bye.